So I'm at work one day having lunch with my manager. This was at my old job, and my manager's one of those guys you could literally you could talk to him about like all these like really weird conspiracy theories or like these unexplainable things, and it was amazing because like we would sit there and like we'll go way over our lunchtime and just start talking about all these like really weird things that are just unexplainable. And there was a couple that really kind of stuck with me. And I was just like, how does that even, like, how does that work? How does that even happen? Like, what on earth is that? And the couple that really kind of stuck with me was the bloop noise. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. So this bloop noise is, for those who don't know what it is, in 1997, a microphone was put into the ocean. When they retrieved it, they heard this low this really low frequency noise, which couldn't have been made by any mammal, any type of animal at all. Like the frequency was too low for something like a blue whale. So there's all these like theories like as to what it is. I was having a look. It was like, oh, it's some like mysterious sea monster. I was like, well, no, that's bullshit. Clearly, let's be serious. There was also theories that it was in fact a blue whale, which it wasn't because it's physically not possible. And there was also the theory, which a lot of people think that it was solved, was the fact that it was an iceberg, or what they call an ice quake. So there's like loads of people saying, oh, this is theory explained, or this is fake, like this isn't explained, and things like that. And people getting all upset about it, the fact that these people are saying, oh yeah, this is what it was, when it wasn't. But the weird thing is, it's this really kind of low, a really, really low rumble noise, and it goes on for about 30 seconds or so. And it's literally just like it's weird. If you type it on Google, it comes up on Wikipedia, and you can listen to it. It's just so weird. But then when it's sped up, it's literally, it just goes bloop. That's all it is. As if someone is dropping something into the ocean, which freaks me out. Like, what if it was like, I don't know, some sort of, I'm gonna go real deep right here. I'm just gonna go all out. This is what happens when I talk about this kind of stuff. What if it was aliens? Just throwing it out there. What if it was aliens planting something in the ocean? Bearing in mind, okay, this was just a microphone. There was no cameras. There was nothing, just a microphone. What if it was aliens planting something? Like, what if the whole War of the Worlds thing, you know, when they would come out the ground and stuff like that? What if that happens? That just happened. What if that actually happens though? What if War of the World actually happens? What if it was aliens planting something? Because when you speed the noise up, it is literally someone dropping something into the ocean. Like what? It's a scary thing, man. It's a scary thing to think about that. But the theory, for me, I believe, is still unexplained. And I could, it's like all like conspiracy theories and things like that. I could look at these all day, like all day, every day. I just find them so strange, so interesting, and just like, I don't know, it's just interesting to like read up about them and everything. So as I said, there was two kind of theories that really kind of stuck with me. The second one is called the Philadelphia experiment. Now this is just weird. This is just completely and utterly just like, what kind of like, I can't explain, it's unexplainable, and this has been said that it's fake, which I can completely understand that this cannot be true because this physically isn't possible for this to happen. But I guess I don't know, it's an interesting story though. So back in, I want to say 1943, late October, they wanted to test out this cloaking device that they had created for Navy ships, because obviously they wanted to, you know, get behind enemy lines so people didn't see them with like their ships and shit. You know, clever stuff. And you would think like how can you create, like, that's just the kind of stuff you see in the movies, you know, cloaking devices is not possible. Maybe in the future, but back in 1943, I think with the technology they had, probably not possible. So this story, see, in 1943, late October, they tested out this cloaking device. And it starts in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So they're like, okay, let's try this. So they send the ship off with this cloaking device and kind of sailing off. And then all of a sudden there's a flash of blue light. and then green smoke, and the ship is gone. Like it's just gone. It's just disappeared. And people were like, oh my god, the cloaking device worked. This is sweet, awesome, great. But then this is where it starts to get really messed up. The ship reappeared in Virginia, Norfolk, which is like 200 miles away from Philadelphia, and this happened within seconds. This didn't happen within like hours or minutes or something like that. This happened within seconds. Okay, so it reappeared in Virginia, Norfolk, and then it disappeared again and reappeared back in Philadelphia, but also kind of went back in time 10 minutes as well, which is really weird. So that's the kind of like what happened with the ship. But then don't forget they had a crew on the ship. So what happened to the crew was quite disturbing, actually. So when they arrived back in Philadelphia, some of the crew had like gone mental, like what they classed as they had gone bananas. So some had like mental disorders, some had gone crazy. You know, some literally just lost their minds because of this. But then there were others which had been embedded into the ship. They had actually become part of the ship, and you could see them. Like, you could see these people in the ship. That's just messed up. Like, that's just some messed up image right there. And this happened all over the ship. So when they kind of went to explore the ship and everything, they actually found someone downstairs, below deck, where his hands were embedded into the ship. And the rest of him was like, obviously out of the ship, and he was still alive, but his hands were stuck in the ship. Like, imagine, like, you vanish, you reappear, and you vanish, and you reappear again. And all of a sudden you're back on your hands or in a ship. Like, what do you do? Like, what goes through your mind? You've probably gone crazy because of it, but that's just, like, what? And like I said, this has been claimed to be like a hoax, like a fake story, which I can completely understand. I can completely believe that it is fake, because it's physically not possible for that to kind of happen. Like, again, that's the kind of shit you see in the movies. That's not something that could possibly happen, especially in like the 1940s. Like, they probably didn't have the kind of technology to make those kind of cloaking devices. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they kept something from us, but... Oh, where's the fourth? For real, man? You're a bit late to the party. I remember when I was younger, me and my friend from school, a very good friend of mine, we were like best friends for like years. And he lived down the road from me as well, which was awesome. So we'd literally like go from my house to his house, or from his house to my house, like all the time. Like, we were literally inseparable. We used to love like watching programs about like UFOs and aliens and all that kind of stuff. Like, I never watched The X-Files. I was one of those people that never watched The X-Files. Don't hate. Okay, don't hate. But we always used to watch, like, whenever he was around my house, I was around his house, we'd always watch like the Sci-Fi Channel, and we'd always watch stuff about like the Roswell crash and like things like that, and like talking about like how these like UFO sightings and all that kind of stuff, and like how people are abducted by aliens. Oh, it was amazing. I used to love that. It's so good. And I guess that's what kind of like piqued the interest of like those type of stories. Like, is it real? Is it fake? Like, is this a real thing? And like, what if it is a real thing? And like the whole aliens thing, that's like a thing for another video. Like, I'm not gonna get into whole aliens and things like that, because I could literally go on for fucking hours about aliens and like the whole universe and things like that. That's a deep conversation. And I remember I met this guy on a dating website. Really, really sweet guy. I didn't find him attractive, which was quite annoying. But we sat in a pub. We went there for a couple of drinks, and we literally sat there for about 4 hours talking about like time and space and like time travel and like how does the universe work. And oh my god, it was just like, my mind was just like, you know, it's amazing. But there's going to be stories for another video, because again, I'll take up way too much time. It'll probably be like, I don't know, an hour-long video if I could. But my god, the whole aliens thing. Oh, so interesting, man. I fucking love this shit!